afternoon, Jones and Keefe, WEEI. Bills did win over the weekend. We also saw the Broncos win over the weekend, and yet it feels like it was a net positive for the Patriots, who haven't played since Thursday, and that's on the field and off. We'll get to Jamar Chase. No updates there yet.
No.
Other than the league is investigating, and there's
quiet.
precedent to suspend him. It is too quiet.
Yeah, a little too quiet.
Almost too quiet.
All right, league.
But I would say, Keith, I had two big takeaways from watching the games. I mean, number one, I think the best result for the Patriots was, oddly enough, the Broncos winning and the Chiefs losing. The Chiefs remain outside of the playoff picture. I think they're the scariest team in the AFC if you had to match up against them. You mentioned Baltimore earlier today. They didn't play well either, but they won.
They won, yeah.
Broncos, if the season ended today, would have the 1 seed. You'd be the 2 seed, but the Chiefs would be out of the playoffs. And as we discussed last week, I'd rather have the 2 seed and the Chiefs out of the playoffs than the 1 seed and Kansas City in.
Yeah, but the way things are going, you might get both. That's how crazy it is. There's a scenario now where you might get both because we're 11 weeks into the season, and the Chiefs are still outside of the playoffs, and that's why you want teams like the Jaguars, Steelers, Chargers, all those teams that are kind of 6 wins or better. Keep winning. Like, I feel like the Colts and Broncos will. Some of the other teams, you're like, all right, keep winning. Force the Mahomes out. It might be a scenario where you don't even have to play them. So, it's like 0-2, where like the Patriots early dynasty, they missed the playoffs, and who knows what would have happened if that team and Tom Brady gets in and whatever else. But so they might stay out of it. I feel like the rest of the way, yes, the Patriots are 9-2, and so are the Broncos. But the Broncos have another game with Kansas City on the road. The Patriots could have a better record than Denver head-to-head the rest of the way, so they might have the number 1 seed. And who knows, Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson might be out. Another way of looking at it is from the beginning of the year when we looked at the whole landscape of the AFC, and there was clearly like a top 4 quarterbacks, who are the top 4 quarterbacks in the league, let alone the conference. And right now, there might be only one of those 4 guys in the playoffs, and that's Josh Allen, who you already beat. Burrow, Jackson, and Mahomes might be outside of the playoffs. Obviously, Burrow is, but like that's a wild scenario. And even then, I was like, all right, well, that's good news for you, but maybe you still get in as a wild card. It's like, no. You have the stranglehold on the division right now. And that's another thing. Even though the results didn't all go in favor of the Patriots, right? The Bills did win, the Ravens did win, the Steelers did win. But just watching it and sitting back and watching all these other teams play, you're like, it confirms how wide open the league is. And then you feel even better about the Patriots.
Yeah.
Like the way they played against the Jets. Jets are a bad team, but look at how the Ravens played the Browns. Like some of these, that's a division game. Like,
right, the Patriots still covered. And I didn't think they looked great, but they still covered on Thursday night.
Right.
And they only threw for 1 touchdown.
But there was also no doubt they were going to win. Yeah. I know they lost 7-0, but like they do that. And there was no doubt ever. Once they tied it, you're like, they're going to win this game. That Ravens-Browns game, you're watching, you're like, are the Browns going to pull this thing off?
They're going to do it?
No. If Dylan Gabriel's still in there, who knows? Maybe they do.
But the Ravens were losing
for a while.
Like deep into that game, whereas the Patriots were down for a possession, like they are if the other team starts with the football every single week. Other than that, the game wasn't in doubt. I agree. Look, I mean, ideally, Tampa beats Buffalo, and now you're really wrapped up the division. That would have been a best-case scenario.
Yeah.
But I still think it was a net positive weekend for the Patriots, despite them not playing. And I think if you watched a lot of the league yesterday, and I'm guessing a lot of you did, maybe you were, who knows, handling some household chores or whatever that were stacking up, you decided to take the weekend off.
Yeah, or a birthday party bounce house.
That too.
It was there.
But if you were watching the league yesterday, right up through Sunday Night Football, I don't know that there's a team they can't play with.
No.
And I really felt that way watching the Eagles and the Lions late. Like, the Lions, to me, are another quality win for Philly. Philly has the most quality wins in the league. They probably have the best resume in the league. They're 8-2. Like, they're playing very, very well, or at least they're winning games every week. But then you watch them and you're like, they scored 16 points, and they were clearly forcing the football to A.J. Brown last night, and the offense still looked broken.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I feel like they've been off all year, but at some point I got to give them credit. They're 8-2. Broncos, I do have more respect for the Broncos given their win over the Chiefs. We said going into the weekend, if they beat KC, we got to take them more seriously. They beat KC. Bo Nix, again, I didn't feel like played great, but when he had to make throws, he made big throws, including the long one to Franklin.
Well, I think you got to get up big on them because he's kind of proven individually that if they have the ball last,
if
and they need to get in field goal range,
he'll execute.
He'll do it.
Yeah.
He'll move down the field.
And the Chiefs are good defense.
Chiefs are good defense, and they played well for most of the game. But then between Cortland Sutton and Troy Franklin, he gets the ball down the field. Like, they don't have J.K. Dobbins, and really R.J. Harvey didn't even do much. Like, they did a good job, the Chiefs defense overall, but you keep it with one possession, which oftentimes it will be because of how good their defense is. But I mean, Broncos is tough. People on the text line are pointing out if you happen to go 2 Mile High, I agree. That's not ideal.
I wouldn't like that. If you're on the road at Denver,
that's tough.
Which, again, flies in the face, I guess, of what we were saying earlier.
No, but I'll take it because there's enough time to go. Like, I think they could lose 1 or 2 more. Maybe the Patriots only lose 1 more, and then you don't even have to worry about tiebreakers, and then you are the number 1 seed.
But if you're the 2 seed, and just playing that scenario out, that either or, where the Chiefs are out of the playoffs, but you're the 2 seed, you would be in line to go to Denver for an AFC title game, which wouldn't be ideal. It wouldn't be ideal.
No.
So Denver's playing well. Philly keeps winning. I don't know how well they're playing. I would say the Rams are playing really well.
Rams are good.
That's a good win against Seattle. They probably broke Sam Darnold yesterday. Like, kiss any MVP odds for Sam Darnold.
Oh.
Goodbye forever.
Up in smoke.
Those are gone and done. But that's the short list of teams that you can say are playing as well as the Patriots. I don't think any of those teams are playing better.
No, this is where now I think this is where it might be getting to the point of like cockiness. So for like several weeks, it was the Patriots can play with anybody. The Patriots can beat anybody, right? Like, that's sort of the general consensus. Now, like, after watching the league, is it, all right, well, who can beat the Patriots?
Right.
Like, I've kind of spun it the other way where you're like, all right, head-to-head against anybody. Who do you like? And so for so long, we've been looking ahead to the schedule and saying, oh, they only have 2 more challenging games. Well, one of the challenging games, they already beat that team. Josh Allen has to be Superman every game for their team to have a chance. And he's that good where they're 7-3. But it's him. I'll give credit to James Cook, who's a good player. That's kind of it. Their defense is like slightly above average. Their offense is good because of Josh Allen. And then Baltimore, like, how good is Baltimore? Lamar Jackson doesn't look right.
No, like, to me, the Chiefs and Baltimore would be on the list, but right now they're not in the playoffs.
Right.
In fact,
no, but I mean,
right now they're not even the first team out. Oh, yeah.
So they play
yes,
Baltimore, and
yes.
everyone's like, because like the other day thinking like, all right, let's say they lose those 2 games, they're 13-4. Like, what a crazy record, like 13-4. But I'm not giving Baltimore or Buffalo that win. The Patriots can win those games.
I think it's fair to expect them to split those 2.
Okay.
Doesn't mean they win both, and it doesn't mean if they lose both, it's like an epic failure.
But now we're talking about 14-3.
Right, but I think it's I don't chalk those up as losses.
No,
I'm with you on that. I get what you're saying.
No, I'm saying 14-3 sounds like you're like so pie in the sky, but it also seems very realistic when you're like looking at it. The Jets, they can't lose to the Jets. We saw what that team is. The Giants, with the state of affairs that they're in, they've already fired their coach. Their 3 best players probably won't be playing in that game. The Cincinnati Bengals don't have Burrow, and they might not have Jamar Chase. So it's like,
and Flacco was awful yesterday.
Yeah, so like
awful.
Even this, like, wow, any given Sunday, like, I don't know, like a lot would have to happen for the Patriots to have a collapse against some of these trash teams.
Yeah, you say the Dolphins? Dolphins are still on the
another
list.
one.
They're playing better. Like, they have been playing better. I'll give them that.
But
they haven't totally quit on McDaniel, which I thought they would.
But last game of the season,
but you should still kill them.
Yeah, Miami, they're going to be done. Like, they're going to be legitimately done, eliminated from the playoffs, last game, and let's see what the Patriots are playing for. If they're playing for home field, that game will be crazy. Like, the amount of motivation for one team versus the other won't even be close, and it's not that good of a team.
But I look at the AFC playoff picture beyond their schedule.
Yeah.
All right, the Chiefs, to me, I disagree with the text line. Guys, are the Chiefs the scariest in the AFC? Kelsey alone looks like a shell of his former self.
He was good yesterday.
He was good yesterday.
Yeah.
So
he's actually been pretty good this season.
Big picture, maybe you feel like he looks like a shell of himself.
I think
he was good
looks
yesterday.
better this year than he did last year regular season.
Probably. So the Chiefs right now are the 9th. They're not even the first team out in the AFC. Baltimore is another team I would have on that list. They're the 10 seed now.
Yep.
Buffalo maybe is a team you would say that about. I still respect Buffalo. You already beat them. So then it's like Pittsburgh just lost Rodgers yesterday. Who knows for how long? I do not take the Colts seriously. I'm sorry. And I think Darnold, Goff, like some of these quarterbacks turning into a pumpkin, that's coming with Daniel Jones. Like, that's going to happen with him. So he's going to be on that same list. I don't respect the Colts whatsoever, and I'm sorry. So, like, now what are we down to? Denver? The Chargers lost yesterday against the Jaguars. They still haven't stopped the run. Like, I don't even know how many teams are really legitimately on that list. The Bills could beat them. I mean, the Chiefs and Ravens, if they get in, could beat them. They're not in. And the Patriots have already beaten Buffalo this year. It's like it's Denver and Bo Nix and that defense, and that's kind of the only one I'm really really taking seriously at
and
this point in time.
Denver still has Green Bay, Kansas City on the road, and another game with the Chargers.
They have a tough
schedule.
schedule.
There's 3 way tougher games than Patriots have 1, but that's 3 pretty tough games. Their other ones seem actually toss Jacksonville in, right? Jacksonville, you never know which version is going to show up. They just smoked the Chargers.
Jacksonville is 6-4. They've also beaten Kansas City,
so they also play Denver. So Denver has the bye. Then they have Washington and Vegas. So they really should be 11-2 at that point. But then that final 4 games is, every game is going to be kind of a coin toss.
And not for
them.
nothing, you're getting Buffalo in a good spot. You're at home waiting for them coming off the bye week.
And Buffalo also, because we're playing the schedule game, and this is the benefit of the last place schedule versus a first place schedule. The Patriots get the Giants from the NFC East. The Bills get the Eagles.
Yeah.
So that could be the difference. That's the second to last game of the season. They play Philly.
617-779-7937, Keefe. So that's on the field this weekend. How it looks and what's left for them. And there are other teams that could beat the Patriots for sure. But I don't know that anybody's playing better than the Pats. And I think if you watch the league yesterday, even right up through Sunday Night Football, they can beat any of these teams. And maybe you have to flip it around, Keefe, to the way you're looking at it. Who can actually beat the Patriots? Meanwhile, it's another sign that things are coming up, Pats. Jamar Chase probably, we don't know this definitively yet unless I've missed something in the last 5 minutes or so, probably going to be suspended because he spit on Jalen Ramsey. Ramsey was ejected yesterday for throwing a punch at Jamar Chase. He came out after the game. He said, well, he spit on me. That's why I punched him.
Yeah, no doubt.
And there is now video that backs that up. I'd imagine, based on the precedent, which started in game 1 this year, Jalen Carter, and this is high profile enough, where it's a big story, and I can't imagine the league doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
You probably get the Bengals this weekend without Jamar Chase. So that's just another example.
He did say post-game, quote, I ain't spit on nobody. So that might hold up. It may not.
He should,
because there's also a lot of video of him, in fact, spitting.
He should do the Jaylen Brown defense about the hairline.
He just plays Shaggy.
Yeah, yeah, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Fifth. He should. He should do the Jaylen Brown with his hairline on everybody's shirts. There, he should be like, AI can do crazy stuff these days. That should be his excuse.
He just spit right on him.
Prove to me that's me.
Yeah, that's And even still, even if they had Jamar Chase, I'm thinking the Patriots in that game and they're a touchdown favorite, but without
how much
him,
easier does that make it?
Well, that's the puncher's chance. He has a Drake London type game. It's super close, and something crazy happens. But you take him out, now you're going in consecutive weeks. No Jamar Chase, no Malik Neighbors, no Cam Scattaboo. That is coming up. Patriots, all right.
This was Ian Rappaport earlier today, discussing the situation as it relates to Jamar Chase. We could have an update today. Really at any moment about him getting suspended. Here was Rap Sheet.
The NFL is reviewing this, and precedent is there. If a player is determined to have spit on another player, missing a game is something that has happened. Jalen Carter to start the season is the example. So we will see whether or not Jamar Chase gets suspended this coming week.
Okay. I think he's going to.
I would assume so. Yeah, the league doesn't want that.
By the way, Nick just told me in my ear, I hadn't seen this. Fields is officially benched for the Jets. They're going with Tyrod.
They're going with T-Mobile.
Okay.
So does that make that rematch tougher?
Actually, yes.
Probably.
Yeah, I was going to say, it doesn't make it easier.
Probably.
So I guess it's not all coming up Patriots then.
Yeah, no, I know. But he can't really run. I know he's T-Mobile, but he's not like Fields. That was the only thing that was going for the Jets, was Fields running the ball. He could not pass. They should go 2-quarterback system.
You hear Vrabel's explanation this morning? He's like, it's really hard to rep how fast Justin Fields is out there, and that's why he ate us up on that first drive.
Well, then you better get ready for Lamar in a few weeks. Maybe that game's going to be a lot tougher.
Yeah, seriously. Text line, by the way, 617-779-7937. Couldn't you say May is going to turn into a pumpkin, too? You can. There's a long There's a long track record of Daniel Jones and Jared Goff and Sam Darnold crapping their pants. May does not have a track record of doing anything, but I don't know why you'd be expecting the other shoe to drop with him like you would with some of these other guys, but you would say that if you wanted to.
So this is one, maybe they misheard us. They're like, you guys are crazy. The unproven Patriots are somehow the team to beat over established and proven teams. So who's established between the Colts, Broncos, and Patriots? Really none of them.
If you want to say the Broncos were in the playoffs last year, I guess you could give them that, but that's not a super established
then they get bounced right out, and it's still Bo Nix, right? I don't know if they're established. The established teams are the Chiefs, KC, which is why we're saying they are the team to beat, actually.
KC, Baltimore,
yeah,
and Buffalo.
I guess Buffalo, but even still, like Buffalo and Baltimore are more the ideas of them. And yes, they have some playoff success, but they've never won the conference. Like if Burrow was still in the mix, there's a little bit more of that. Because don't those guys all fall short too?
Yeah.
Like every year they fall short.
But I understand saying they're established, but you already beat Buffalo head-to-head. You're going to play Baltimore head-to-head, so let's see how that one goes. Kansas City, you're not going to face. And that team scares me if they're in. But right now they're not at a 5-5. Like at some point, you have to start wondering if they're going to get in. I'd still bet on them getting in. But I've been doing that for a long period of time. They keep losing.
All right, let's see. Who do they got left? They have the Colts.
Yep. It's a win.
That's a great game.
That's a win, though.
But that's another. It's the same thing as this week, where for the Patriots it's a win-win.
It's a
right?
great game. I see.
Like
what
not
yes.
some, either it's 5-6 somehow for the Chiefs, or take one of those 2-win teams, give them a third win, so you don't get caught up in tiebreakers with them or anything. Then Kansas City has at Dallas on Thursday. Oh, that's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's another Chiefs win.
The 4:30 Thanksgiving game. Chiefs. Nice. Cowboys. Nice is right. I like that. I didn't realize.
Pretty good.
Then Houston.
Probably a win. Houston's got a good defense, so maybe.
They do. That's Sunday Night Football. Then they have the Chargers. Then they have at Tennessee. I feel like they'll
one's definitely a win.
Probably get the Titans. Then the rematch on Christmas against Denver. That's the other thing. Their schedule.
And that's at Arrowhead?
Yes.
The rematch is home.
And then their last game of the season is Vegas. So I'm with you. I think they get in the playoffs.
They're probably
as well.
getting in, but it's not like they're playing great.
But they also have weird, like they have a Thanksgiving and a Christmas. I mean, like they have 2 5-day or 4-day weeks. Like, and they have all these primetime games. Like, they have a weird kind of schedule that obviously
true.
It's Mahomes. So.
Like, all I would say when it comes to Kansas City, like, I would give it up to their pedigree if they get in. They got to get in.
Right.
And the way they've been playing, I thought when they got Rashee Rice back, they were about to kick it into high gear and go to another level. That has not happened.
No.
That's what I thought was going to happen. That hasn't happened. One more here. Text line. I like this, Keefe.
Yep.
617-779-7937. Guys, how do you feel about the regular season matchup with Buffalo and then what would happen in the playoffs? If we sweep them in the regular season, it won't be easy to beat them 3 times.
I think it'll be easier, actually.
So do they have to take a dive in the regular season? Well, yeah.
Throw that game.
Because it's hard to beat them 3 times in a year, Keefe. So you throw the regular season game to give yourself a shot in the playoff game should you meet up head-to-head.
I've never really understood that cliche. Like, so you beat them twice.
You can't beat them a third time?
I mean, you could.
I feel like you kind of dominate.
You kind of have their number.
I didn't get that clear. There's a few
It's like, but
cliches
people hear that like it's true, it's not true, it's not true. Yeah. 3 times. Oh no way.
Well, that's that's again not to throw
like
hockey under the
rope-a-dope,
bus. Maybe it's like you'd rather have a 1-goal lead than a 2-goal lead. Like,
right.
That's never really fully made sense to me.
But it's funny to say.
But it does get repeated often.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, you don't want to have to beat Buffalo 3 times in the season. I guess.
No.